Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss factoring polynomials. So this is now part 2 of lesson 3. Lesson 3 is all about factoring sum of two cubes. Alright, so this is our objective. After watching this video, you will be able to factor completely and accurately sum of two cubes. Okay, so in this lesson, we need to remember our knowledge about perfect cube numbers. So here are some examples of perfect cube numbers from 1 to 10. So this is what we call perfect cube numbers because this is the result after multiplying the number by itself, right? And this is the exponential form of the perfect cube numbers. So this means that the base is being multiplied 3 times. So this is what is being meant by the exponent, which is 3. Okay, so what is perfect cubes? Perfect cubes are numbers or expressions that can be expressed to the power of 3. So we knew this one already. Now, so guys, this is actually the formula or the pattern that we are going to use in factoring the sum of two cubes. So let us first determine the product of this expression. Okay, of course, to do that, we need to apply our knowledge about the distributive property of multiplication. So we will multiply each term of the binomial to every term of the trinomial. So let us start with a. So a times a squared, that is a cube. Then a times negative ab, that is a negative a squared b. Then a times positive b squared, that is positive ab squared. And we will do the same in the next term of the binomial, which is b. So b times a squared, that is positive a squared b. Then b times negative ab, that is negative ab squared. Then b times positive b squared, that is positive b cubed. Alright, so after multiplying, we will now add or combine similar terms. So we will apply the addition rule of polynomials. So in this case, we have these similar terms, a squared b and then ab squared. Okay, so you have noticed guys that the numerical coefficient of these similar terms are the same and they have opposite sign. So meaning to say this will become 0. So this will be eliminated. So what will remain in this expression now is a cube plus b cube. Okay, so this is now the result after multiplying this expression. So this is the factors of this product. Okay, this product is what we call sum of two cubes. Okay, so this is what the lesson is all about. So what are we going to do with this? We need to reverse the process or we need to work backward in order to go back to its factors. Okay, so let us do it. So this is the result just a while ago. So working backward or reversing the process. Okay, so we need to draw first the two blank parentheses. This is for the binomial factor and this is for the trinomial factor. And guys, the operations here are constant, so do not be changed. Okay, of course, to do that, there are steps to follow in order to obtain the binomial factor and the trinomial factor. Okay, steps in obtaining the binomial and trinomial factor. Okay, number 1, obtaining the binomial factor, add the bases of the binomial. So we are going to add these two bases here. So we have a plus b. So this is now the binomial factor. Alright, now we will obtain the trinomial factor. How are we going to do that? Of course, there are certain steps. Obtaining the trinomial factor. First, we have square the first term of the binomial factor. So this is the binomial factor and the first term is a. So according to the statement, we are going to square. So meaning, we will multiply this one by itself. That is a times a, that is a squared. Alright? Then, let us obtain the second term of the trinomial factor. And how are we going to do that? Multiply the first and the second term of the binomial factor. So we are going to multiply these two. That means a times b, that is ab. Now, let us obtain the last term of the trinomial factor. Okay? So, square the second term of the binomial factor. Okay? So, this is the second term. We're going to square this one. So, we will multiply this term by itself. That is b times b is b squared. Alright, guys? This is now the complete factored form of this given expression. Sum of two cubes. Right? So, this is what we call sum of two cubes because the operation here is addition in two terms is perfect cube. Okay. So, this method we're going to apply in our examples. Alright? So, let us take this example number 1. Factor 1 plus 8k cube. Alright. So, first thing, we need to express each term by exponential form to the power of 3. Alright? So, this is now the exponential form of 1, meaning the base 1 is being multiplied by itself. The result is still 1. And then, this is the exponential form of 8k cube. Quantity 2k raised to 3, meaning to say, the base 2k is being multiplied by itself 3 times, and the result is this one. Alright? So, we are now in the form of the formula. So, we can now apply the pattern or the formula. So, let us draw two blank parentheses, the binomial factor and the trinomial factor. Let us follow the steps just like what we did a while ago. Okay? Now, we will add the two bases here to obtain the binomial factor. That is 1 plus 2k. Alright? Then, we will obtain the trinomial factor. Okay, how to get the first term? Of course, we are going to square the first term of the binomial factor. That is 1 times 1. That is 1. And then, for the second term of the trinomial factor, we will multiply the 2. That is 1 times 2k. That is 2k. And then, for the last term, we need to multiply these two. We need to multiply the second term of the binomial factor by itself, squaring this one. That means 2k times 2k, that is 4k squared. Alright? So, if you think, guys, that these factors can no longer be factored out, so stop. So, this is now the complete factored form of 1 plus 8k cube. So, this is the binomial factor and the trinomial factor. This is now our answer. Okay, let us take example number 2. Factor 5h plus 40hk cube. Okay, guys, in this case, we have two solutions. Okay, solution number 1. Okay, if you have noticed, guys, we have what we call the greatest common monomial factor. Okay, and that is 5h. 5h is common in the expression. Okay, so this is now our first factor. And to obtain the other factor, simply, we will just divide each term here by the GCMF. So 5h divided by 5h, that is 1. Then 40hk cube divided by 5h, that is 8k cube. So this is now the other factor. So this is the answer for solution number 1. And then for solution number 2, we will just focus only with this expression. Alright? Because this expression is what we call sum of two cubes. So we will express this one first into exponential form by the power of 3 before applying the formula or the pattern. Okay, so this is now the exponential form of 1, multiplying 1 by itself 3 times. The result still 1. And then this is the exponential form with the power of 3 by 8k cubed, meaning quantity 2k is being multiplied by itself 3 times. So the result is still 8k cubed. Alright? So we will now apply the formula. Okay? Draw two blank parentheses for the binomial factor and the trinomial factor. Now, let us obtain the terms in the binomial factor. And how are we going to do that? Simply, we will just add the two bases here. So 1 plus 2k. So this is now the binomial factor. And let us now obtain the trinomial factor. So first, let us obtain the first term of the trinomial. And how are we going to do that? Simply, let us just multiply the first term of the binomial factor by itself twice. Okay? Meaning, squaring the first term of the binomial factor. So that is 1 times 1 is 1. Then, to obtain the second term of trinomial factor, let us just multiply the two terms in the binomial factor, that is 1 times 2k, that is 2k. And for the last term, how to obtain this? Simply, we need to multiply the last term of the binomial twice. So squaring the last term of the binomial, that means 2k times 2k, that is 4k squared. Okay guys, so this is now the complete factored form of 1 plus 8k cubed. Okay, so putting all factors together of 5h plus 40hk cubed, that is 5h, the GCMF, and the binomial factor quantity 1 plus 2k, and the trinomial factor quantity 1 minus 2k plus 4k squared. Alright? So again, this is now the complete factored form of 5h plus 40hk cubed. Okay, so thank you for watching guys, and I hope you learned something. See me in the next video and happy learning!